Omar actually decided to speak a little more candidly about just how toxic Congress really is. During a recent podcast episode called The New Abnormal, Representative Ilhan Omar weighed in on the toxic nature of Congress, which seems like one of the worst places to work, to be honest with you. Now, if you want to consider fundraising and theater work, yes, it's one of the most toxic workplaces in the country. And Ilhan Omar did not hold back. She said, quote, "I think it's probably one of the most toxic environments I've ever been in. It's just like high school, it's very clique-driven." Now, she had more to say about the environment there, but I want to provide a specific example that just happened recently. It involves Democratic Representative Joyce Beatty and a Republican representative by the name of Hal Rogers. So what happened here? Well, Beatty took to Twitter to call Rogers out on the way he treated her recently, saying, "Today, while heading to the House floor for votes, I respectfully asked my colleague, Representative Hal Rogers, to put on a mask while boarding the train. He then poked my back, demanding I get on the train. When I asked him not to touch me, he responded, 'Kiss my ass.'" Wow. Kiss my ass. First of all, don't put your damn hands on anyone, okay? And telling a woman, a colleague, anyone really, to kiss your ass after they ask you politely to do something that will prevent the spread of a super contagious virus is just, really, that's the kind of person anyone would want representing them in this country. I mean, it's just like, so callous, doesn't care about anything but his own feelings, what he wants, his own freedoms, whatever story he's telling himself in his mind. Beatty continues to write, "This is the kind of disrespect we have been fighting for years and indicative of the larger issue we have with GOP members flaunting health and safety mandates designed to keep us and our staff safe." And she calls for an apology later, saying, "Representative Rogers, when you are ready to grow up and apologize for your behavior, you know where to find me." Now, I'm guessing calling him out publicly led to enough pressure that he did actually apologize. According to him, on Twitter, he says, "This afternoon, I met with Representative Beatty to personally apologize. My words were not acceptable, and I expressed my regret to her first and foremost." But this is what politics has become in this country, right? I mean, something as simple as a mask is now a culture war symbol. Everything has devolved into some sort of culture war. Education, culture war. COVID, culture war. Anything you could imagine. Anything involving a new movie coming out, culture war, culture war, culture. That's all they want you to focus on. And what does that culture war do? Oftentimes, by the way, manufactured culture wars that are based on absolutely nothing. Like, you see all of these red states signing bills that are meant to prevent transgender athletes from competing in the sports that they identify with, competing with the gender that they identify with. As if this is like this huge problem in the country. Then you ask those Republican lawmakers in these red states, okay, cool, you just passed this bill, governor just signed it, must be a real problem. Can you name one transgender athlete that inspired this legislation? And they can't name one. They can't name one. You know why? Because it's manufactured garbage meant to distract. So you have the manufactured culture wars, and what does it lead to? Nonstop fighting, nonstop conflicts, combativeness within Congress. Remember, these are not negotiations, these aren't heated negotiations about fixing our healthcare system. These are childish, juvenile fights over something as simple as wearing a damn mask when you're entering a train. It's so pathetic. It's embarrassing, really. It's embarrassing that I look at members of Congress and I see children. I see people who embarrass me, who make me feel shame. It's just, I can't take it anymore. Let me give you more. So let's get back to Representative Omar, because she had other statements in regard to Congress. She says, everybody sort of talks to their core group, and those who want to screw people hang around together. Those who want to help the American people are huddled in their own quarters. Those who, don't think the Constitution can evolve are in, I don't know, they're hanging out on the roof or something. They're like the real crazies who don't recognize that it actually took an amendment to the Constitution for them to serve Congress. And then there's like the rest of us. Listen, Marjorie Taylor Greene today was trying to make a point about something, fearmonger about something. I don't even know the context, I don't even care. But she wanted to refer to the Gestapo, and she used the word gazpacho, which two very different things. And it's embarrassing. She's not my representative, she's not even in my state, but it doesn't matter because that's the face of America. That's what we see in America right now. Endless, empty fear-mongering about whatever BS culture war, manufactured culture war. And that just leads to more fighting over nonsense, less, and I hate to use the word civility because I'm not like one of these people who's like, we need civility in Congress. No, I like it when people get passionate, when they get heated, when they're debating real substantive policies. I love that, I love to see it. But that's not what we've got in Congress. We've just got a bunch of like theater and like play fighting that sometimes devolves into real physical fighting or touching, or in the case of the Capitol riots, rioting. It's just, we're never gonna get anything accomplished in this country if we keep feeding into whatever manufactured culture war narrative politicians throw at us. We gotta reject it. That's my take on it.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.